Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 3rd, 2024 and La Liga coaches are considering a strike. Also, Fermin Lopez has been injured during this FIFA international break. And finally, Barcelona have completed another surprising signing. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you head to Kitbag, Goal Kits, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now, beginning this video with the news that today Hansi Flick was not present at training. And the reason for that is that he was called up to a meeting by all La Liga coaches where it's being reported that they are considering a strike. Now, the reason this meeting was called up is because there's a lot of coaches who are not satisfied about their situation where they are being fired from their clubs and not being paid the money that they are owed. And as such, this meeting was held for the coaches to discuss their displeas and in consideration of a possible strike, again, as a result of this dissatisfaction that these coaches have for not being paid after being sacked from their jobs as coaches. Now, all of this started after Quique Setién was sacked from Villarreal in September, and also Álvaro Cervera was fired from Real Oviedo, and both coaches were not paid the money that they were owed. And as a result, the La Liga coaches are considering a strike. Now, tomorrow, La Liga coaches will be meeting with La Liga officials to try to find a solution. And if a solution cannot be reached, then the coaches could consider going on strike, which of course begs the question, what kind of ramifications can that have on La Liga? Is La Liga gonna be paused? Are the matches gonna continue going, but the coaches are not going to be present? Are all the coaches gonna be striking? We don't know the answers to that questions yet, but we will know more, I'm sure, after tomorrow, after La Liga coaches meet with La Liga officials. Now, as far as what's going on with the coaches and being dissatisfied, that does not directly affect Barcelona because Barcelona does not have any pending accounts. Yes, they did fire Valverde, Quique Setién, and Ronald Koeman, and they did pay all those coaches the money that they were owed. And of course, as far as Xavi Hernandez, he forgave around 11 to 12 million euros that Barcelona owed him because he is and always will be a club man. He did demand that Barcelona pay his staff because, of course, his staff are not wealthy. They don't make as much money as he does, and Barcelona did that. So Barcelona don't have any pending accounts or any pending debt with any coaches that they have fired, but there are other coaches out there like Quique Setién who are owed money from other clubs, and as such, we'll see what happens in tomorrow's meeting. Now, more news because the FIFA virus has once again struck Barcelona because today it's been announced that Fermin Lopez has suffered an injury. Now, Fermin Lopez was called up to Spain under-21 team, and while with Spain, he has suffered an injury. They're saying it's a muscular injury, and as a result, he had to abandon the Spanish camp. He will be undergoing extensive medical exams tomorrow in order to better understand what his injury is. Right now, we don't know how serious of an injury it is. Some reports are saying he could be out for a month. Other reports are saying he could be back after the FIFA international break, but I'm not gonna guess here or there. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow after Fermin Lopez undergoes his medical exams and we know better what his injury is. And once we know better, then I'll be more comfortable to tell you approximately how long Fermin Lopez will be out. Hopefully, he's not going to be out for too long. Now, given that Fermin Lopez did have to abandon the Spanish camp or the under-21 Spanish training camp, Pablo Torre has been called in his place. So Pablo Torre will now incorporate himself to the Spanish under-21 team. And I have to say, I'm starting to get sick and tired of these FIFA international breaks. Why the hell did Spain call up Fermin Lopez? He played the full season last season. Right away, he joined Spain in the Euros. Right after that, he joined Spain under 21 with the Olympics. And then he only had 1 week vacation, came back to Barcelona, and then the Spanish under 21 team decides to call him up. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is getting out of hand with all these hectic calendars, with so many matches, with consistently new competitions being added to this calendar. And something needs to be done because the health of the players is at risk. And this is why we've seen a huge rise in injuries, not just at Barcelona, but at all clubs. Because one thing is clear is that FIFA and UEFA simply do not care about the players. All they care about is adding more and more matches to the calendar so they can continue making more and more money. Now, speaking of this international break, as I reported before, there have been several players who have been called up, including Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Pedri, and Dani Olmo, who have been called up to the Spanish national team. Pablo Torre and Pau Cubarsí have been called up to the Spanish under-21 team, and Hector Fora has been called up to the under-19 Spanish team. And of course, there is Jules Koundé, who has been called up with France, Lewandowski with Poland, and Ter Stegen with Germany. And as such, Hansi Flick has called up 6 youngsters from the academy, and those youngsters are Quim Junien, Xavi Espart, Pedro Soma, Jan Virgili, Juan Hernandez, and Ladri Farre. So these are 6 more youngsters that have been called up to training with the first team. Of course, trainings are always a great opportunity for youngsters to showcase their talent, to try to prove to Flick or to whoever the coach is that they can play with the first team. So we'll see how these youngsters do, and we'll see whether they be able to convince Hansi Flick that they are worthy of a spot on the first team. Now, speaking of youngsters, it's being reported that Barcelona have made a surprising signing during the final hours of the summer transfer market, and that signing is no other than someone I had already talked about, which is Abdulaziz Isa. Now, Abdulaziz Isa is an 18-year-old attacking midfielder from Ghana. He plays for, or I guess he played for, Dream FC. He's considered as one of the most promising talents to come out of the African continent. He is a classic or a typical number 10, very known for his good dribbling skills, with association with his teammates, and even for being able to find the back of the net. In fact, he is the top scorer of the Confederation Cup last season. He has already debuted in the African Champions League, where he has also been able to score goals and provide assists. And he also plays with the Ghana's under-20 national team. Now, I say surprising signing because the last we heard was that Abdulaziz Isa was preparing his visa to come to Barcelona and do tryouts with Barca Athletic, but then Dream FC released a statement through their social media outlets saying that Abdulaziz Isa had not gone to Barcelona for tryouts, that he had been transferred on a permanent basis. Which of course is great news, but it is shocking because Barcelona have not announced this signing. This announcement has come through Dream FC's official media outlets and social media accounts. So we're gonna have to wait and see whether Barcelona make this signing official or whether they're just gonna keep it down low under the radar. Now, Abdulaziz Isa is expected to play with Barca Athletic in order to, start adapting to European football, adapting to the Barcelona style of play. And I'm very excited to see whether, he'll see some minutes with the first team, maybe this season, and if not, maybe next season, since apparently he has been transferred on a permanent basis. And this is all part of the efforts of Barcelona to increase their scouting and their signing of African talents. We know Barcelona has many deals with different confederations to try to bring talent from Africa to Barcelona. A few days ago, I told you about the signing of David Oduro. And of course, we do know that Ibrahim Diarra is also set to sign with Barcelona once he turns 18, because he's only 17, and since he's underage, he cannot sign for Barcelona yet, but in the winter transfer market, he is expected to sign with the Blaugrana club. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did do an earlier video about Jean Laporta's press conference. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, peace, Barça.